Welcome guys to another video, and today I just wanted to talk about houses, building of houses when it came to traditional African setup, especially among the luos. Once the person was initiated, once the guy, especially the guys, once the guy was initiated, that means that the guy was, the boy, yes, let me just say the boy was now like an adult. Now what followed was uh building of houses. Before that, that was before the marriage, building of houses. And in this case we're talking about Simba. The first house that the boy always builds, or yeah, the first house that he normally stays in is the house called Simba. Not like a lion, but it's called Simba. I don't know why it's called Simba, but it's just called Simba. And these houses, they are always built by the fathers. The father is the one who normally builds the first house. That's according to the culture and the culture and tradition when it comes to the Luo community. The father builds the first house and sponsors the building or the construction of the first house where this boy will be staying. But till then, before the boy gets to age, he is supposed to be sleeping maybe in the kitchen. Yes, in the kitchen. And in this case, whereby, because you know, when it comes to building of houses in the lower setups, they normally build kitchens. And in this kitchen, they always say that it's a kitchen, but it's not necessarily a kitchen. But that's how they normally say call it a kitchen. So in this kitchen, you find that you'll be sleeping with goats, sheep, what do you call it? The calves. Yeah, the calves, the kids, the chicken. There, that is how it always is. You'll be sleeping there. But once the boy has already been initiated into adulthood, he is supposed to be sleeping with the, how do you call it, with the, to be sleeping with his mates, age mates, or he's supposed to be sleeping in his own house. And his house is normally called a Simba. And now the way it's always constructed is that the first house is normally when you're building your first house, especially, let's say for example you are a dad and you want to build your own house. The house is supposed to be facing the gate, the main gate of the home. That is how it is supposed to be. The door is supposed to be facing the main gate. Yes, it's supposed to be facing the main gate. So when your first son is supposed to be having his first house, the house is supposed to be on the right hand side of your house, or from the gate, the right hand side from the gate. That is where the position where the first son is supposed to be having his house. And the second house is supposed to be the second house, the second son, if I only have other sons, the houses are supposed to, his house is supposed to be on the left hand side of the gate, from the main gate, or from your house, from the main gate. That is where the second son is supposed to build or construct his house. Then the third son also is supposed to be building his house, or constructing his house on the right, the fourth son on the left, the fifth son on the right, the sixth son on the left. That is how it's supposed to be. They have strategy when it comes to construction of houses. They don't just build houses for the sake of it. Once the boy has been initiated, or maybe once the boy has already come to age and he's supposed to be like getting married, yeah, something of that sort, is not supposed to be. There are protocols that are supposed to be considered, especially the positioning of the houses. So that is how it's supposed to be done. And before the construction of the houses, maybe, okay, the boy has come to age, now he wants to build his own home. We have the construction of his own house in his father's homestead. That is, if at all he still is in his father's homestead. But if at all he wants to construct his own home, now he's supposed to be getting out of his father's homestead. And he cannot get out of his father's homestead without him being married. So he's first of all he's supposed to be getting married before he gets out of his father's home. And before he gets he goes out to construct or to build his own home, he's supposed to have paid dowry to the wife's family. Yeah, without that you cannot do that. First of all, you've paid dowry to the wife to your wife's family. Then you're supposed to change that house, because initially it was considered your own house. Now you're supposed to change it into a woman's house. Yes, now the woman is supposed to be having a house and is not supposed to continue staying in that house, because it is like the Simba, or rather the house that was built is considered too small for you guys to be staying in, and it is like kind of childish. So the woman is supposed to be, once you've gotten married, you're supposed to change that house. You demolish the house that you are into, and you build or you construct another house. Then after that, now you're free to get out of your father's compound and go have your own a compound. Now, when it came to having your own compound, there are protocols that you're supposed to be doing. After identifying the place that you're supposed to go and construct that house or build that house, there are things that you're supposed to put in mind. First, you cannot construct a house if at all or a home. You cannot construct like a home, or you cannot go out of your way to get out of your father's home if you are a guy, or if you are a man, or you have other, if you are, yes, let me say if you are a man, you cannot go out and start constructing a home, first of all, without paying the bride price of your wife, and secondly, having another house, yes, and having another house that is considered to be a home now, like your wife's house, main house. So when you're going to like construct a home, or you're going to build your own home, whereby it's going to be considered so and so's home, you're supposed to be carrying with you that day that of construction, after identification of the land where you're or site or land where you're supposed to be going to construct that home. You're supposed to be carrying with you a cock. Yes, then you're supposed also to be carrying an axe. I think we all know what an axe is. A cock always represent a new beginning. An axe represent the hardship of life. Yeah, because we normally use the axe to like bring down trees. You see, it's like a new beginning. This is something that you're going to be using to continue with maybe your life, yeah, something of that sort. So those are the things that you're supposed to be carrying with you. First of all, you carry a cock, and this cock is going to be slaughtered, and people are going to feast on it. And then you're supposed to be carrying with you again, what do we call it? You're supposed to be carrying with you an axe. And this axe, it's just a representation of new beginnings, the hardship of life, and everything that pertains life. So that is how it is supposed to be. And if at all you have a child, if at all that boy or that man has a child, especially a male child, the male child is the one who is supposed to be carrying either the cock. Yes, I think it's the cock. He's supposed to be carrying the cock while going out. So he's supposed to be always there with the dad, because it is like a man's thing. It's just a man's thing. So when you're going to construct your own home, those are the things that you're supposed to be having. First of all, you must have a wife, and then you have the axe, and then the cock. You're also supposed to be having the cock. Then after that, you can continue with the life as if, yes, it's just a sort of it's just a new beginning, and a new beginning thereafter is whereby maybe you can even talk about, maybe if at all, yeah, pregnant. Can I say pregnancy or naming? No. In fact, I was supposed to be talking about pregnancy and naming, the naming ceremonies, but that will be on another thing, another video. But just let's just focus on construction of the homes and construction of the and continuation of the lineage. Yes, that is what I wanted to talk about. How they were things to consider while constructing your own home, and how to go about everything after the initiation period has already gone, and now this man or this boy wants to start another family. Things that he's supposed to be putting into consideration, and how to go about things, positioning of the house, where the person is supposed to be building the house. So that is how it is position. Right, the first sun is always on the right, the second sun is also is always on the left, and that is how things are. But in case, maybe in case of the death of the first son, and maybe the first son is no longer there, the second son can take the position of the first son. So the second son can construct or have his own house, that is Simba, on the right hand side, and the unicorn just continues like that, the way it is supposed to be now. The first son on the right, the second one on the left, the third one on the right, the fourth one on the left. That is according to the way the home was constructed, and according to the positioning of the main gate. That is called like rankach. So that is how the Luos always do their stuff when it comes to building and construction of houses. The first house, like after you've constructed you've had your own house, or rather home. It means like a home. You've already gone out, you've constructed your own home, and now your home is being called by your name. It is being called so and so's home. That house that you've constructed is called aligala. Yes, aligala. Aligala is the first house that you normally have when you are going out of your way to have your home, and that house is normally that house is normally demolished. So you can even have it. You can even like construct it using just cheap materials, maybe like grass thatched houses, or you can even use these manila papers to just construct a simple structure. Then afterwards you're going to bring it down as you construct now the main house. So this one is not supposed to be there like for long. And if at all you have in-laws, they're not supposed to be seeing that whole house. That house is supposed to be getting rid of. And now maybe if at all you have a son-in-law, the son-in-law is not supposed to be seeing that house, the first house that you constructed in that home. You are not, the son-in-law is not supposed to be seeing it, because it's considered it's like a, let me say that, it's like a curse. Though in our language or in our community, we say it's chira. Yes, for a son-in-law to come and see a legala. Legala is the first home, the first house. I mean, the first house that you construct outside your father's house. Yes, well, once you get out of your father's house, the first house that you construct in that home, that is called a legala, and that legala is supposed to be gotten rid of once, maybe after maybe some weeks, months, or years, according to the way according to your financial what can I say, pocket, according to your pocket. Yes, so that is how it is when it came to construction of houses in the Luo community. So till then, let's see each other tomorrow again for another epic video. So if at all you've been watching me and you haven't subscribed, please kindly subscribe, because I don't know what you're waiting for. Yes, so do the needful. Kindly subscribe, and remember to tell a friend to always tell a friend. Until then, let's meet tomorrow for another epic video.